been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
There's a man, and it's Edelman
Nice
for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football.
They still haven't fixed people auto-catching onside kicks, have they?
And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game.
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles
what?
The football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Man.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was
Tannehill's trying to lead us back. It's ridiculous.
Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Tannehill looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Complete and totally ridiculous.
Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
That one is caught by Hunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a third down. Underneath to his tight end, Ellison. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the
How many face masks are you going to pull, man?
And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Okay, we're going in. We're gonna turn face masks
when
way
you're
down.
leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
There's no way you're gonna have that many face masks.
The question, having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
To throw is Tannehill, incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. New England on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Play action, it's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
Let's go ahead and quickly check how much yardage Robert Woods has. No, I don't want to go into the depth chart. Hey. He has 86 yards. We got to get him a 14-yard completion.
At the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, just was unsuccessful.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff gonna throw it. He's got a man wide open.
There we go, Woods.
Yeah, he will go
there we go,
right
Woods.
near the 35-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Merlin. Hey, Mike 51.
Out of the gun. Goff. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside.
Yeah, I'm getting a little greedy, but whatever.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now Goff on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And, of course,
a little bit of stat pumping.
They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown, because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for Los Angeles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for New England, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew.
Pretty decent game. Not happy with my interceptions, but
Sports.
It is what it is. We got Robert Woods happy. Let's see if we can upgrade Sean McVay a little bit. Could do some more trade offers. Ooh, Todd Gurley has a level up. Corey Littleton has a level up. Turned into a decent little player, 89 tackle. Oliver Murdoch. Straight up trash player. What are you talking about, Robert Woods? Okay, whatever. I got you like 135 yards. You weren't happy with that? So stupid. Did he want more catches, more touchdowns? What? It wouldn't give me any criteria. let's upgrade Gilkey. Get him a little pass protection work. Oh, he's very close. He is very close. Unlocking his stuff. All right, Gerald Everett's going to stick around. That's good. I really like Cooper Kupp, but is he that much different from Josh Reynolds? I could just re-sign Josh Reynolds for a whole lot less and trade away Cooper Kupp. Let's go into the trade center. Let's see what teams need a wide receiver. Denver. See if we can get next year's first round pick for a Cooper Kupp. They got it. So we have a 2022 first round pick because we traded away Cooper Kupp. I'm okay with that. He was too expensive anyways, and he's getting a little old. So now we have Reynolds in there. I'm totally okay with that. We need as many first-round picks as we can get. Let's take a look at corners. Too short. Throw one or fewer picks. Well, we've been throwing a lot of picks lately, so we'll try to tone that down. For sure. Any QBs? He's got good speed and good catching. This kid's not half bad. Let's sign him. He's got really good speed out of the slot. Okay. Let's go get into it. 49ers. $79 versus 78. I like our chances. Although the 49ers D-line is going to be a little bit of an issue.
Hey everybody, it's
Our
the
O-line has
coach,
been struggling.
And this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
All right, boys. Time to get going. As we traded away KUPP for a first-round pick. So now Josh Reynolds comes into the fold. He's younger. He's much cheaper.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Now this one complete downfield on the
Holding.
left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Of course.
That's a good chunk of
course.
yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
A throw over the middle, taken in.
There we go.
He's taken down, but
Bob
able to
Woods.
slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete.
Face mask.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face
I forgot to
mask.
turn down face mask
Certainly looked
frequency.
like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
I got to go into the sliders and change that.
So they'll
I already
take
turned
the
it down
yardage
once.
And tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Not me to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long. And it's complete. He's got it.
There we go, Bobby.
Touchdown, Rams.
Getting some love. Getting some love.
Robert Woods, his second touchdown on
We got to mess with our slot receiver settings
gonna take a first.
before we forget, because it's messing up when we go into different formations.
Quarter lead.
I'm just going to kick the extra point and go with it. Not going to worry about going for 2.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
I got one.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
Oh!
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Boom, baby.
Samson Abukum coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full.
He went right past the running
You often
back.
speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. Pass long distance now, let's go to that play.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
Nice. John Johnson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there,
John
did they?
Johnson with that
Just
tip
down
ball
to score,
pick.
They come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough
Threw it right into
spot.
double coverage.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Wide open.
And he's going to take this
Wide
one
open.
for a Rams touchdown.
You're going to put a middle linebacker on Brandon Cooks in the slot?
His 5th touchdown
Okay.
now on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically
Garoppolo
those
is
go between 12
rattled.
and 24, 25 plays.
3 tight ends.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now left side on the swing pass. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Sorry, Jimmy.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken around the 12. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe
that was dangerous. I definitely should not have done that.
But it's 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw, Goff. They got a man over the middle, it's Woods. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first
baby.
down. Almost back to the
There we go.
34 yards there at a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Nice little cutback run.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Look at that precision right in between 2 defenders.
These guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already.
That must have been cover 1.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just bring someone.
Yeah, it was cover 1.
Whatever you want right now, they are sprinting past them.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and before you know it,
they're getting
it's
boat raced.
21-0. So that.
Now, if we get to halftime and we're still crushing them, I'm probably just going to sim the rest of it.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
180! 59, Mike to 59. Not today, you not today.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a long yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of it Yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football.
And down he goes.
Nice.
Pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offense.